Hey team, hope you're doing well. Ripper has got me running full manual secondaries today, so I'm going to be working the guns. Wish me luck. That was a long day. Now let's check out some rare ships with Ripper.
Speed and steel, I charge the line. Bourgogne strikes like aged French wine. Guns roar loud through smoke and flame. I push ahead, I want that fame.
Hey team, this is Ripper. Everybody guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video with rare ships that we haven't played in a while that I have not seen. And the starting off right off the bat here is with the French Bourgogne, which is a premium ship in the armory. And man, let's check it out for a spin, see how it actually operates right now on Breakable Line. Having fun, just shooting ships, sailing ships, and learning something at the same time. But thank you guys for all your support. If you're new here to the channel, smash those buttons at the bottom if you want to be part of what we're doing here today, making this a great place to make friends, learn about something, and have fun doing it at the same time. So Bourgogne, French, it's kind of like the Alsace at tier 10. It's just got, you know, the 12 turrets. Secondaries are meh. You know, they used to be the first secondaries I wanted to grind out to really get them going, because back in the day they went out to like, I think like 12 kilometers or something, 11.3 or whatever. And this one only goes out to 11. We're not really building for secondaries because obviously the secondaries don't really do as great on the French battleships. And sometimes they don't even pin. Unless you take FHE, they don't even pin beyond 15 millimeters or something really low. And obviously superstructure is 19 millimeters, so that's great. But you know what? We're not using the Bourgogne for that reason. We are going to use the guns. And the guns, man, they slap like a freight train. I'm telling you, look at these things. When you fire on the broadside-sided battleships and you got a reload booster right here, dude, look at that. 16,000 damage. I mean, this is almost comparable to like the Colombo style of firing here, where I will say Colombo is still powerful. You know, 16 guns of this, but man, the accuracy and the consistency of the Bourgogne guns, even though they look like the dispersions all over the place, the reload booster, minus 50% there, as you can see. When you pop it, you get that half the reload time. Now you're literally like a cruiser. 8,000 damage. Look, we just dropped the FDG right down that low. Now, it's 380 millimeter guns, so whatever, not the greatest. 11,900 velocity's pretty great, but look at this. Look how close, 6 kilometers in, and boom, look at that, 16,000 damage. Very good at these close ranges. 8 guns right in front. That's the style of the John Bart, kind of Alsace, French style of battleships, but man, when you get rocking and rolling with these things, they are a powerful combination. You cannot let a Bourgogne flank you like this. We got these close quarter combats. We literally built, you'll see the build at the end of the video. We've really built this thing for the reload of guns. And man, I wish I had mods. I'm sorry, new update patch just came out. We don't have the mods. Azaleen hasn't updated yet, but look at that, 19.8 second reload. With all the mods we have, we get set on fire, we get a better reload. Within secondary range, we get a better reload. We've already built for the guns, and then we got a reload booster. So this thing is a monster. And I don't really see many people playing this much anymore. It used to be great. Look at that. Look at that right there. 35,000 damage. 2 citadels. I'm telling you, this thing is a menace. Again, don't let a Bourgogne flank now. Also, the power, being able to get to these flanks is great with the engine boost and the capability of the French battleships being like speedboats that really just rush to a flank. And man, it can really be a painful thing to have these things on the flanks. And I've always said, hey, flanks, if you win the flanks, you can win the engagement and just really knock out the morale of the enemy, because they're just not able to counter all this. This Seichong here, full broadside, backing up, and look at that, 17,000. If only we had the back turret, best turret, we would have been able to just melt him and send him up to the bottom of the abyss. Now look what we just did right there. We flanked the entire team, caught all their battleships broadside. We've cleared out this little gap in the channel here, and now we're pretty much just firing straight into broadsides of battleships that try to make it into Bravo. And it's almost next to impossible to do. Look at this. If you're taking that kind of damage from the side here, it's just not possible. And we've really much secured the capper here after we've taken 160,000 damage away from the enemy. And we're going to come back into the game. This time we're going to go opposite side. And in Breakable Line, when you die, you usually spawn the opposite side. I think it's just that the gimmick, the way it is, or I guess the rotation schedule. Not gimmick, but rotation schedule. Iowa goes down. So now look, as you can see, that flanking maneuver right there just was like a punch in the gut to the enemy, and now they're just really unable to just get back in the cap. So little things about the Bourgogne. What do I like about it? What do I don't like about it? Well, obviously French battleships are baked in 32 mil armor all over the place, so it's really not the greatest tanker, but it's more of that like classic speedboat style. Get in there, get in the cap. You don't have much armor, but you got a lot of guns and you got the speed. So kind of that fast light attack kind of mentality, and you can see just right here what it can do. And then you can also time when you want to use these reload boosters. Even with a 20-second reload, it's really great. Look at 22-second reload. Firing right into the GK. We did a bad shot right there. A lot of non-pins. I popped the reload booster to get my guns reloaded back. Look at that. You can see it just right now. We got almost 2 seconds coming back off a cooldown. And... ouch, 23,000 damage. Again, battleships cannot sustain that consistent firepower. Even though we don't get the kill, we literally drop his HP so low that my friendlies can pretty much just mop up the map after that. He's kind of angled right here. Look at that. Schlieffen angle. We get the back turret involved here. And dang, look at that. That was a 15k salvo. And down he's gone. Look at that. Like I said, it is horrendous where you can get this Bourgogne coming in right here and just shooting that much firepower. Even though guns are small, they do pack a wallop. And it's just that consistency of damage that you get with this kind of ship. And I'm surprised not many people play it as much anymore. Maybe there are other better battleships that are the gimmicks there. But man, oh man, you should check this out. Look at that. 20,000 damage right there. And if only with a reload booster, we would have just blasted this guy out under the water there at Bravo. So right now, he's probably going to melt. We're going to save our shot probably. Yeah, he's almost dead. Again, secondary's not the greatest. I've only started one fire so far, so not the greatest. Look at this shot right here on the Iowa. Looking right out, see what we can do. And ouch, 20,000 damage again. Look, we're already up to 253,000 damage. Again, I forgot how powerful this ship really is. And the reload rates on this thing are like cruiser level like reloads. Look how fast we're backing up right now with the engine boost. I mean, this thing literally can pop in, pop out really, really quick. Oh, nice shot right here. Here's a wet dream for a battleship. Let's see if we can get it. Shots out. Ooh, we got torpedoes coming in on us. Are we going to land this shot? Oh my gosh. 4 overpins. That normally does not happen. That's my bad. Just bad aiming on me. RNGesus did not bless me right there. We are burning like crazy. Again, see, we burn easily. We get pinned easily. But man, when we get into position, does it rock and roll? Look at that. Oh my gosh, right there. 14,000. And we've got 3 fires. We are not going to be able to survive this bad boy right here. So we are probably going to go down. Yep, just like that. Not after we... okay, now the enemy team's kind of coming back and hold. That's why I like this. There's actually a tug-of-war battle going on back and forth. It's not like a one-sided, pushover blitz. But I do enjoy that for this reason. And we win. Okay, so we did win that, actually. So pretty dang powerful just being able to hold like there. 282,000 damage. I can't believe we even got secondary hits. So I'll give you the details of why. How do we do? Yeah, top 2 in the team. I'll show you why it didn't really do anything. See, we got those 674 shots, 111 hits, but only 22,000 damage. So obviously they don't do really that much. But yeah, that's Bourgogne for you. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, now we're back another video with the Bourgogne again. Let's take a look at how we can flank even better in this one. 14.6 is out, ladies and gents. The new update. I'm not liking it when the new update comes out because all the mods are gone. So as you can see, my mods are not like normal. It looks a lot like a bare bones World of Warship kind of game, and yeah, man, I wish Azling they would be able to just keep the mod installed, but I guess when they make an update with slight change, it causes the mod to be just ineffective, so they have to redo it, and it's not available. But hey, we're proud of Azling, what he's doing for us, and great mods as always. But 14.6 update is out. I'm debating whether or not I want to spend money and get the new destroyer line, which I am a fan of destroyers, and I'm really excited about this new destroyer. At first, then testing, I thought Burroughs was kind of weak. But when I saw the guns and the capability of what it has, I really, really want to take a look at this, the bad boys, and try it out for you guys and do a review. Shots are out. Look at the Vaizama, full broadside. Holy crap right there. And he goes down. Look at that. That is the power of what a Bourgogne literally flanking you, and you just don't realize what it can do. And 34,000 citadels right off the 34,000 damage with 2 citadels right off the bat right there. And man, oh man, can you delete? I'm telling you, unsuspecting people that show their broadsides. And this ship is incredible at doing that. With the engine boost going on, you can get to these flanks super quick, super fast, and people are just not ready for it. All right, we got Libertad right in front of us right here, taking a shot. Ooh, look at that Rigolo right in front. Bad idea on Rigolo right here. He is now spotted, and we are now going to go pop the reload booster, switching to HE, and watch what the HE can do on this bad boy right here. 63 mil pen, 12 guns, full send. Ouch. kablammy, he goes down. Oh, man, that was very gratifying right there. Unfortunately, I know I'm a DD main. I normally don't want to see that, but hey, he just got caught in the open with a flanking battleship, just unsuspecting right now. And now you can see, yep, Libertad is focused on us because he just realized he made a mistake because he's now full broadside to us. We fire right on his guns, do okay damage, and not after we do 21,599 right on the side of his hull right there. And Palmer, thank goodness the Palmer and the enemy team started retreating to the A line right here, because I don't know why you're doing that in a respawnable game, but well, okay, we'll take it. We're going to use this this advantage to then pull around side this island and just watch what this thing can do when it pulls up to a corner here and just starts using island cover to really get these wonderful shots onto broadsides. Like I said, Unbreakable Line is requiring you to think and use tactics and techniques and procedures to really figure out how can you best win the game and play an objective. Again, you're still playing an objective. You still can try not to die. So, again, play that way. Someone argued that say, well, the people won't learn. It's like, well, let's go back to the argument of randoms. Are you saying someone's hiding in the back of the map going to the J line or A line is going to learn from that? Is that what you're saying? Go back to that? I think that you're learning a little bit more in this one, where you're not figuring out the mechanics of your ship, reversing, forward, angling, maneuvering, and so forth. Again, that's just my opinion. If you still think randoms is the best way to learn this game, go for it. I just see there's more enjoyable aspects in this mode, where I'm actually firing my guns a lot more rather than spending 15 minutes sailing around the map, but I digress. Look at this shot right there, full nose right there, so you can practice shooting at the nose angles and finding out what really works. And look, at least he had backup. He has like literally 4 ships with him supporting him. So at least he's got backup. I've got backup. Look, I've got a Palmer. I've got a Montana on my right here. Van Cohorn is coming in. Okay, Palmer gets taken down after tanking that much damage. And now we got Izuma. Okay, watch the power of the reload booster right here when you can find the sweet spot. Here goes Izuma right under the turrets right there. Boom, boom. 32,000 with 1 Citadel, 7 pins. We pop the reload booster. And now we're looking for that sweet spot right behind the back turrets here, aiming right at the front turret, and there it is. Oh my gosh, 24,000, 3 Citadels right there. That is how you do that, ladies and gentlemen. And now we are capping both points right now with the battleship, and we're waiting to see who is the next customer that would like to play with a French baguette right here. All right, we're capping one spot right here. Alpha cap is in our possession to be capped. Bravo is still contested with that Libertad. If we can get that Libertad out, it's almost not, you have to actually think about this. How do you dislodge a battleship in these kind of positions? So it does require somewhat thinking and strategy here. We got Visometer here. Let's see. Ooh, look at that nice cheek right there. We're going to wait a little bit. Oh, we're going to get 1 turret. That is enough to take him out right there. Splash 3, 190,000 damage. And we've basically overextended way too much now. Rigola's got a nice shot on us. Looking back at it, probably should have just gone full acceleration and turned into him, but then I was showing too much broadside to the Libertad, so let's see if we can shoot as much as we can on the Libertad here, and those are the torpedoes that are going to kill us. Yep, we knew those were coming. I overextended too much there. Should have nosed in and kept going now that I think about it. Not after we do 199,000 damage, almost 200k damage game right there, and we were holding Bravo. Now we're back in the game. Let's see if we can dislodge this Libertad. This game is still pretty close, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't, just because you can cap a spot doesn't mean that that's enough. You actually have to hold and maintain. All right, we've got the Rigolo back in the center here. Libertad is putting in some forward momentum here. Not after we fire. I like the sound of the guns, by the way. I actually boosted the sound and actually put the cinematic back on and see how this. But the guns are amazing, especially when later on we're going to show Shikishima. The gun sounds are incredible. So try it out. It's so gratifying to fire these guns now. Just it sounds amazing. And I think they're doing in the next maybe a couple updates later, the sound quality is going to be even better. So we'll take a look at the difference of the sounds of the guns. Even guns right now are something. This is kind of actually partly why I chose World of Warships, because I just like the sound of guns firing, seeing the guns firing, and the sound, the cinematic, the chaos, everything going on. It's just something just awe-inspiring just watching it. Just seeing battleships firing, all guns blazing, fire, smoke, splashes going around. It's a really incredible sight to see, and I can only imagine in real life what this would sound like. Just imagine just all black, major 5-inch, 8-inch, 7-inch, all types of guns firing, and the noise must have been deafening. Everybody's like screaming, yelling, bullets are flying everywhere, shrapnel flying everywhere. It's just got to be incredible. The sound is still incredible in this game as well. Kudos to the sound department. I think they're doing it a little bit, like I said, they're going to update it in the next couple updates or something, unless they haven't already done that. Let me know. All right, we got Rigolo, Cap, and Alpha. See, we got to get him dislodged out. Vizama on my left, and I got, Libertad at 12 o'clock, and we got to get this Azumo out. So I normally just pick the flanker right here on my, that it will be more of a damage to me. So I'm just basically going to get my guns facing the guy that could broadside me easily. Look at that. Even the AP guns right there firing is 8,000 damage, even if he angles in. So I'm very impressed that the damage these guns can really do, and it's just consistent, persistent damage. And persistency is the name of the game in this World of Warship style. Because if you can outlast somebody and just keep pummeling them down, just send them to the bottom of the abyss, it just makes the game go a lot better for you and your team. All right, firing HE. Let's take a look at how much damage HE can do. Not bad, 4,000. We can do way more with the guns there, the AP. So we switch back to AP. Reload booster is ready, ladies and gents. So let's take a gander of how we're going to do this. So when we do a drive-by, I normally want to get the guns in. We mitigate damage there by angling. Now that he's fired, he's got to reload. Great. So let's see here. Oh, he's turning into me. So let's see if I can break his guns. Yep, broke one of his guns. All right, now we're going to aim pre-game the guns to our right. So as we drive by, he'll drive right into them. We got the reload booster going up, so the guns are ready to reload here. And slightly above the hole, and he goes down, taking him out. 267,000 damage, and now we've got to get our gun swinging back to the left. That was pretty much just a full charge in on the right side to kill the flank, secure Bravo. And now we're going to sit here and tank as much damage as we can to let our team catch up. Again, it's not always about you. It's also you got to make sure you're allowing your team to push up and being able to support. So drawing fire, waiting for them, waiting for backup, waiting for support is also a thing, because you don't have to W key and YOLO into a cap. You can wait for your team. And again, that is something I think a lot of people forget about, especially in the Destroyer gameplay role. You can wait for your team to show up and not have to go all the way in. I learned that in clan battles, and we go down right there. All right, we were way in the spawn on that one, but hey, we secured Bravo Cap, and now the rest of our team is killing the one Libertad at Alpha. And this pretty much will end the game right there, I think. 287,000 damage, 4 kills. And the game is actually, dang, still pretty close right here. We're at 800 points, or at 705. The score timer is reversed, by the way. So let's see if we can get a shot on Libertad here. That's a nice shot. Oh, he goes down anyways before we can get there. And that might be it, ladies and gents. I don't think they can get back in the cap. They're too far out. So if we can kill probably one more guy, that should end it. Again, you can also get points by killing ships. So not dying and killing ships also wins this mode as well. Let's take a look at Vizama. Okay, now a nose in a Vizama is really difficult for me to dislodge, I find. But man, with the way the guns on this thing work, you can really get some nice shots just on a nose-in Vizama. So I'm surprised. I thought the armor was way, way more powerful. But here's shots right there. Just don't do 8,000 damage. Not bad for him. Let's see here. Experimental ship. We'll fire right into his midsection there. And dang, we get 30. Okay, that's not a lot. All right, let's see if we can get a shot. Reload booster active here. I'll shoot right into his bow. Maybe we can overmatch, or not overmatch, but go right into his citadel or something. Let's see if it pins. Dude, it does. Wow, look at that. Pins right into him. 303,000 damage, 5 kills, and that should be it. If we can survive this, the game is pretty much over. Oh, actually, it's based on time. So we actually survived this. We actually outlast the other team. We do the full 12 minutes, so pretty dang fun right there. HE firing out 3,500. Yeah, I've noticed the 3,500 shells are consistent with HE damage. But anyways, that was fun. 311,000 damage. My gosh. Bourgogne is still powerful. You just got to find those flanks, and it actually makes you wonder how to position, how to move. And let's see how we did there. Yep, #1 in the team. Just doing that massive amounts of, especially those broadside battleships. 110,000 on that Zumo. My gosh, these guns are incredible. 243,000 damage alone on the AP guns. And yeah, we start some fires here. And then tanking 4.2 million damage. Wow. That is unheard of. Let's take a look at another battleship that I haven't seen in a while, and or actually not often. I see it maybe onesie Tuesdays, but not many people play it anymore, and I'm surprised why. It's the GK. All right, ladies and gents, this is GK. Yes, I cannot pronounce this thing for the life of me. I've heard many people pronounce it Grosser. I'm sorry. I'm just not... English is not the greatest language for me sometimes. And the Kurfürst, I can at least say that, right? But man, oh man, is this thing one of my favorite battleships back in the day. And this is the one where I watched so many YouTube videos on. I would always see so many YouTubers pick the GK and do a full secondary, and that's what it was sold for, is a secondary battleship on the German line. And I mean, the guns would just pin everything, because they pin 32 mil everywhere. And now with IFHE, you can really just get these guns rocking and rolling. But it was just amazing. And then the guns, oh my gosh, the main guns have that wonderful sound. 420 millimeters, kind of a interesting caliber. It's not 40. It's not the 409 or 405 or 409 of the American side, but then it's not the 510 on the Yamato Shikishima, kind of way bigger there. So it's kind of like in the middle there. Now I think you can switch between the two guns. There's a faster reloading 406 millimeter, I believe, and then there's this 420 that I picked for really just the power and damage. Now, and this is also a unique upgrade. Later you'll see in the build that is a unique upgrade to allow you to have better reload and secondary as well reloads. But yeah, this is kind of it. And we're in secondary range. We get the buffs here. Let's see what else we have. So a 25-second reload, not bad. But really the bread and butter of this thing is the secondaries of, just being able to tank. And again, 105,000 health, of heavy armor all over the thing. This literally is amazing. And you can see the skin here. This is an amazing skin. It's got the Megatron on it. So this is the most suiting ship for Megatron. I think Wargaming did a great job picking Megatron to be commanding the ship. So it's really awesome. The Decepticons always have the good stuff, right? Look at that shot right there. They only did about 14,000 damage on us, and then we heal. Oh my gosh, Luzandi goes down. And now we've just opened up this flank. And this is actually how I play this map right here with the battleship. I kind of find the flanks. And what happens is most of the enemy will always hide behind this area right here. So if we can get behind there and just dislodge them, it opens up, and look at that, we just Citadel to Montana. It opens up the flanking and the push to get them and dislodge them out of that area. So then my team can come in and sweep them from the west. And you can see Montana now has to move and dislodge out of the way because he's like, oh crap, a GK is behind us, and now he's rocking and rolling with the secondaries. And these secondaries will literally melt everything on Montana. And Schlieffen is my counterpart, but unfortunately he doesn't have as much health as we do. Now we have to realize we have to be careful that he does have torpedoes, so we are not going to go in for a knife fight. We're going to maintain a distance. And the other thing I noticed that really works well with these secondary brawling battleships is sometimes you don't have to charge in all the way. You can use the range, and you can actually just do an angle in standoff and just use your front two guns, let the secondaries do the rest of the work. And that's how I find it really pays off for me. And look at that, front main guns right there just doing that much damage, and you can see the secondaries are just melting them. I'm telling you, these, and I believe these are IFHGs, like I've said. The build will be at the end of the video, but man, oh man, there come those torpedoes I told you about. It's got 6-kilometer hydro, and now we're just going to rock and roll with the secondaries and the front main turrets. Look at that, he fired at us in bupkis. He came out with nothing on that shot right there. I'm telling you, the armor on the GK is still incredible. Very survivable, lot of HP. It literally is just for somebody that just wants a tank, and if you're not too great on battleships yet, this is probably one of the battleships that requires less thinking and more of just sitting there tanking. But you still got to, of course, angle. You can't just expose full broadsides to everybody with any ship. And we'll get the guns pre-turned right here. See, he's going to drive right into my gun shots and fire. Boom, he goes down. Secondary shots right there. We did 8 overpins. Unfortunately, I did not aim. I got a little itchy on the trigger finger there, but that's all right. We'll keep firing, and we'll hold this position right here. You can notice I have my Preußen with me, which replaced this, by the way. The Preußen is now in the slot where GK used to be in the tech tree line, so now they removed the GK from the tech tree line. Is now in the armory, I believe, for Cole. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you can see that's my counterpart right there. Two battleships, 2 German battleships literally holding this flank. Opens the avenue up for that Salem in the center to take Alpha Bravo. And then look at that shot. Finally getting the Citadel on the Aegir. And man, oh man, these guns rock and roll. 420 millimeters are incredibly good, especially for the GK right here. Secondary still rocking and rolling there. Firing, great accuracy, good hits. I still feel like Schlieffen is still king of the secondary build with Libertad right now, just being able to shoot that many guns accurate and dispersion. But it doesn't stop the GK. Again, back in the day, GK was the ship that you would pick for the German-style secondaries, and that's what people like the German battleships for, is just the secondary brawling ships, and I still enjoy it. I just love looking. That's why I zoom out so much. I always look at the ship firing, and something awe-inspiring about just watching the guns blasting and rocking and rolling, like I said earlier. It's something therapeutic about it. It's just amazing. Again, that's probably why World of Warships doesn't get boring to me, even though we may complain about a lot of things, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's a game. It's supposed to show enjoyment. It's supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have fun with it. You're supposed to see the cinematics and the aesthetics of everything. And like I said, I think it does its job, and there's not really a replacement out there. Please let me know if there is a replacement. I haven't seen one. War Thunder doesn't hold a candle to this really that yet. It's not as arcadey. I think there's a balance between arcadiness and kind of realism that they try to do here at World of Warships. So I think it's It's probably holding strong for that reason. We held a lot right there. 3.7 million damage on our first life right there. And we just blew that entire flank away. Now we're going to just go back into the opposite side now. And I was debating, do I want to come flank by on that side? But nah, let's go back on the other side. Now we're in secondary range, and this is where we rock and roll. Look at the secondaries go out to 12.5 kilometers. So very, very comfortable range. It's pretty much anything that comes into our view. Literally, it's just within firing range. All right, firing these guns. The sound of the guns are incredible, by the way. Dang, look at that right there. 11,000, even though he was angled. These guns, I'm telling you, they pen amazingly. Still damage right there. My gosh. All right, so we got the Schlieffen. He's going to be melting down. Yeah, I'm excited about the new update right now, 14.6. I'm debating, like I said, I'm debating when the 6 days when the new destroyers come out, I may take the YouTube proceeds and just go buy those ships right out. I mean, it's YouTube money, right? Might as well use it to get the best review and let you guys see how those ships will be. I think it may bust the game even more. Like, you basically have double barrel Sherman. With the sap guns right there, they don't have the reload rate of a Sherman, but I think the Burrows, if you can get that kind of, oh my gosh, Citadel in the Puerto Rico there. If you can get the kind of damage like you can do in a Sherman with double barrels in a destroyer, and it has the on-demand smoke. So, man, that's going to be kind of borderline busted broken. That's going to just make randoms and even in maybe other modes really busted. With you got destroyers like that, so that's why I don't see the effectiveness of battleships working too much anymore in randoms. They just get melted down. You can't rush in, can't yellow. All you can do is run to the back of the map. Ooh, look at this nice shot right here. Yodo right here. Nice broadside there. And we get a nice shot right there. 14,000 damage. No Citadels, no Cigar. But, hey, you know what? We're going to try to get a better angle on him. Hydro goes up, revealing the torpedoes. And do we even want to fire this Puerto Rico? No, it looks like my secondaries will melt him. Man, I'm telling you, secondaries will melt American cruisers just easily. Yodo coming over here, 279,000 damage. This may end the game right here, ladies and gents. Let's get the winning shot right here. Guns coming off for cooldown. Shots out, full send. And that's the game right there. 303,000 damage. And like I said, I've been getting some incredible damage numbers on these battleships that I don't see as often anymore. But try them out, guys. I really, unless you guys have seen them a lot, I don't really see these. The Bourgogne, maybe GK onesie twosie here and there, but man, they're still powerful in today's world warships. Let's take a look at another video. Number one in the team right there, acting all a fool on that western flank. 86,000 on the secondaries. Let's take a look at another video with the GK. All right, same map again with the GK. Let's see if we can dislodge that team again from this side right here. And see, let's move it up a little closer. Secondaries rocking and rolling. All right, Puerto Rico, probably not going to last against a GK. If you see a GK coming around the corner to Puerto Rico, you might as well just, you know what, tuck your knees together, bend over, and kiss your sweet ass goodbye, because this is not going to be very fun. Yeah, I mean, the secondaries literally pen all over this thing, I believe. So we're getting pens all over this thing. Back turret, best turret right here. Shots out. Blau goes down. All right, now we got an angle against Montaigne right here. Let's see if we can get a nice, oh man, nice shot right here. This is a nice broadside shot. You do not want to show this much broadside to a GK right here. Shots out, and we get a Citadel. Man, I have not seen Citadel on Montana in a long time. And get another Citadel, my gosh. Rethinking his thoughts right there. Secondaries are rocking and rolling on the Palmer right here. K9, that used to be my first clan ever in this game, so kudos to K9 again. Now, secondaries going out right in the distance right there. Palmer looking at us right now. Palmer also a great tier 9. I believe, in my personal opinion, I think the Palmer is the tier 9 version of the GK. Just doesn't have as much health, so, I mean, they look almost identical. Just little slight changes aesthetics here, but the 12-gun turret layout, secondaries, same kind of build. Yeah, it's like the sister ship, really. Palmer is just that tier 9 version of GK. Guns ball firing on the left side to the Zao on the left, Palmer on the right. This is why this is so much fun. All right, Haragumo's coming in, man. Let's see here. Haragumo also another busted kind of ship now with the new smoke generator time, where you can get, like, literally, I showed you video in my previous videos. Check it out. Having 2-minute smokes in a Haragumo with IFHE. Horrendously powerful. Oh, man, we're getting Montana coming back for more here. Let's see, we got our secondaries focused on the Haragumo. Got my shots out on the Montana, whose guns are not facing me right now. Interesting layout there, and we get nice damage right there, and now everybody's being smoked up. So Haragumo did a good job smoking up. Unfortunately, Montana comes back out of the smoke, and now we're going to see if we can melt him down. Our secondaries are melting everybody here. They pin almost everything here. 37, I believe 37 mil if you do IFHE on it. So we're getting rocking and rolling with this. Fire starting galore. Let's see, we get a nice shot right there on the Montana, and not too much there. A lot of bad dispersion right there going on. But we're still melting him. He's at 20K. We just got to keep melting him. Whoa, Zhao appeared out of nowhere. If you see a broadside cruiser like that, it's very, very tempting. I was like, I want to shoot this Montana really bad, but man, does that Zhao look even more juicy, tempting right here. Let's see, we get a shot right on him. Do we get a Citadel? Oh my gosh, 4 overpans. Not very nice at all. We got robbed right there by RNGesus right there, and we are not happy with that one. And we got blasted by Palmer. And Palmer outlasted us, my gosh. I totally thought we had that flank right there. Montana goes down. Now we're on the other side. Let's see if we can just plow right into the western flank here. All right, Palmer is still in that cap area, so let's keep focusing on him. Let's get our secondaries melting him down, get some fires started. Salem is also pushing up. That Salem has been there the whole time, so let's see if we can get to dislodge him and outflank him. Haragumo is still in the back there. Okay, Palmer goes down to torpedoes. Let's take a long-range shot. 12 kilometers. That's not such a long range for a battleship, but it's pretty difficult to hit a destroyer at these ranges. Nice horizontal dispersion there. Unfortunately, he backs up just enough, and we get 1,500 damage on him. And a couple of secondary hits as well. So, ooh, we got Libertad, who's coming up at our bow here. Let's see if we can get closer and see if we can get into a good flanking position. Shots out on Haragumo. Let's see if we can nail him. Okay, he goes down. All right, our priority. Salem is backing up. Priority will be Libertad. Yeah, I really don't know why people don't play GK as much anymore. Maybe it's in the randoms. I feel like they burn down so easily and they get just focused down. Even though they have a lot of armor and everything, I just don't think the survivability of it is as good as it used to be. I don't know, but man, it's still fun in a breakable line. And then maybe asymmetric battles is gone. Actually, asymmetric battles went away in this update. All they have is randoms now, a unbreakable line, and the ranked. Ranked still can be fun with this thing, so. Still a good choice. GK for ranked. Still pretty fun. All right, we're nosing here. When we get a nose in GK, man, it is difficult to dislodge this thing unless you got torpedoes like on the broadside. Like I'm about to hit her here. Nice shot right there. We get a Citadel finally on the Libertad. Taking massive amount of damage right there. We're flooding and firing, and we blow up the Zao with the secondaries. Ooh, let's get the back turrets in on the Libertad. He's got angle on me. If he fires, we are pretty much done. So we see if we can get the back turret and delete him as best we can. Can I get the turret off? I just turned the turret to the right. I don't know why I was aiming for right there for some reason. And we died of flooding. Zao gets us. I was not able to get a shot off in time. Spotter plane, not bad as well, shooting at these ranges. We got the Libertad trying to flank us. See if we can shoot him from here. No, he's pretty much dead. All right, we got Salem onto our right. Oh, no, wait, hold on. We got Zao. Ooh, look at this Zao shot right here. This looks pretty nice right here. All right, shots are out. Last shot, he slowed down. He slammed on the brake right there. Last shot, final shot of the day. Let's see if we can nail this guy and win the game. Let's look at it, and boom, there it is. That is the kill. That should have been a win right there. I thought that was going to end the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We lose. Oh, my bad. The score was backwards. I thought, actually, it reverses sometimes. Anyways, we lost. But man, oh man, was that fun. I mean, I enjoyed that. GK still powerful, working the flanks right there. But let's take a look at another battleship that we normally don't see anymore. And I already did a video on it, but let's take a look at it again and revisit the IFHE secondaries of the Shikishima. All right, so I already did a video about Shikishima, the secondaries work, maybe in randoms or whatever, but we're trying it now on Unbreakable Line and more of a brawling aspect of it, so you probably could do it a lot better job and in this mode better, and because you can actually push in with your team. And let's take a look at it, and just for the sound of the guns, like there, the sound of the guns right there, that's what I love about it. It just sounds incredible. I mean, just that, whoever came up with that sound design, man, kudos to you. It's something addicting about hearing that gunfire. All right. Let's see how we're going to do this. So, again, 510 millimeters. I believe it does overmatch almost everything in the game. I don't know about a Napoli, though. Let's see if it actually overpins a Napoli or overmatches a Napoli. Ouch. We get a ricochet. Wow, okay. Napoli's still heavily armored. Ooh, that nice plunging fire that overpins from above. That's incredible. All right, there it is. The secondaries are rocking and rolling now. They pin 37 mil, okay? 37 mil pin is for the IFHE, and the reload rate on these secondaries is incredible as well. 2-second reloads on the secondary, so it's like having a Haragumo literally strapped to the side of your ship. 100 millimeter guns with 100,000 meters velocity. All right, Napoli goes down. Now we got shots on Varese here. Let's see the experimental Michelangelo, if you want to call it that. And again, the armor on the Shikishima is dang incredible. I just don't show that cheek in the, right at the front two turrets. Then some of that is your weakness right there, because then somebody can just blap you. But man, it is hard to dislodge a Shikishima once it gets rocking and rolling and nose in. It's difficult unless you just focus fire the crap out of it. Of course, anything you focus fire down will get it. Ouch! Right there, Citadel damage for 32,000 hit points right there. That is wow. And the second secondaries are constantly firing really, really fast. Great pins, and man, oh man, do these things melt battleships and cruisers and everything alike. And the armor on the thing, like I said, the armor on the Shikishima is pretty dang powerful. It does, you know, what is it? Shatter a lot of those small HE caliber shells. But it really will, like any battleship, if you focus down and burn it down to death, it will obviously die. But man, oh man, can it really tank in this World of Warship mode right now. And we got a shot. Oh my god, the tower blocks one of our shots right there. Dispersion on the Shikishima is horrendous. It is literally, you get 6 turrets in, and you're only using 4 of the front 2 guns there, so I mean, you're only really firing 4 guns at a time with the front, kind of this nose-in angle, so it's very, very difficult sometimes. You're getting these really RNG shots that are just really horrendous. We finally got the Schlieffen out. Now we're working on this second Schlieffen. Again, just kind of methodically working down the line. Just focus fire down one guy at a time here. And dang, those shells really do pack a punch right now. Look at those secondaries firing, just constant, just raining shells. And they pin. Like I said, they pin all over the Schlieffen right now. Except for that 50 mil armor plate, and that's on certain areas of the battleship. Oh, look at that Citadel right there, 21,000. I mean, they are having to struggle to cap this one right here. So again, we are literally holding this this spot right here just to make sure the enemy does not cap. So I kind of elected that role. I was like, you know what? I've got the armor. I can tank. Let me see if I can hold the line until my backup arrives, that I actually can go in and tank and take the cap itself. All right, so we've eliminated most of the battleships. Now all that's left are these little light cruisers here, except for Napoli. That thing is a turtle, man. That thing is literally so hard to kill. Let's see how these guns do, though. Shots out. I'm aiming. Look at that RNG Jesus. Just not being able to get him. And, oh, man, nothing right there. Bupkis. We didn't even hit him. Waiting on these front 2 turrets to get into action right now. Torpedoes are coming in from the Napoli. We're going to have to accelerate a little bit. He fires at us. He's looking for that cheek armor. I know he is. Boom, man. Not getting any luck on these guns. I would think they would overmatch. Maybe I'm not doing very well at aiming at these things. Dang, no hits right there. We were that blanket close, and we could not get a hit with that shot right there. All right, who is the next victim? All right, Libertad. Let's see if we can get a good, nice broadside. He is showing a lot of broadside to us right now, so let's see if we can overmatch some of his armor right now. There's a nice shot right there. Front turrets, back turrets, all in action right now. One hit. Back turret firing. Let's see if we get a Citadel with a back turret. Nice, 6,900 damage. We'll take it. And ooh, now we're taking some major hits. There was 11,000 shot right there from Montana. Shikishima is available in the armory if you want it. What Like I said, it's not the most chosen ship, but just because there's the Satsuma out there, that super ship that has 8 guns of these things. But man, 6 guns is really rough to play with. But the 5-10mm, man, do they sound wonderful, and do they pack a punch if you get them, if you can get them to connect, like I'm having trouble doing right now. I had to switch from Libertad now. He's almost dead, and I'm pretty much angling to the Schlieffen on my right here. If I can somehow get right into his nose, and even then, if I aim at his nose, there's no guarantee I'm going to hit it. Just the dispersion on these things is horrendous. This is a full secondary build, so I'm not building for any kind of accuracy either, so that's probably another reason why. Napoli and Schlieffen on my right are actually pushing forward together. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? It looks great when people are working together. All right. Schlieffen is he's sandwiched right here. He doesn't know who to fire at now, and he's leaving a Shikishima just to blast him right there from the side. Finally, the guns connect, and we get maximum damage there. 177,000 damage, and now we're going to have to reverse and rethink this situation here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships off our bow, and how terrifying this would be in real life here to see this many ships coming at you and all guns blazing, firing. We'll select the guy that's probably the most broadside right now. Probably the other Schlieffen right here. Let's see if we can get a nice Citadel shot, aiming at the waterline. Please give me a Citadel. Finally, there's a Citadel. Man, when these things Citadel, do they pack a wallop, I'm telling you. What is the max damage in here? 19,400. Holy crap. All right, we're still holding Alpha Bravo here. They have not, nobody has taken the caps yet, so this is good. We're holding strong so far. So far, they're not able to push in and take the cap, so this is good. See if we can take out one more Schlieffen here. Just keep working the nice broadsides right there. There's a nice shot, 10,000 damage. Do not show broadside to this Shikishima. It's going to be a bad day. Napoli will be our next target after we kill this Schlieffen right here. Reload on these guns is not as bad as you would think. There's some more horrendous. 24-second reload, not bad for the size of caliber gun. There's a lot of other ships that have way longer reloads. I won't shoot at him. He's dead. All right, let's focus on the Napoli here. I can't even see past the smoke. Holy crap. Fog of war. All right, there's a nice shot. Let's see if we can get his bow and overmatch it. And Bupkis. So we don't get... Oh, we get 8,000 damage. We'll take it. It's not bad. We're getting harassed by the Montana and Breeze over here, but we gotta dislodge this Napoli so it opens up the flank for the Schlieffen to move in. All right, the enemy has now taken the center cap point, which will cap 2 spots at once. That's a bad thing, so we're gonna have to eliminate them. And finally take out the Napoli, and now we gotta get our guns. The guns turn horrendously slow. This is literally like moving a continent, I'm telling you. With the caliber of these size guns, yep, these things will take forever to get in position, so you cannot just do drive-by brawlings with this thing. It's too slow. All right, looks like Montana may go down in time. Thank goodness he goes down. And Varese goes down. Still nobody able to get the cap. Let's see if we can seal the deal and get our Napoli and Schlieffen into the battle here. Okay, let's see. We got broadside Libertad right here. Hopefully this will connect. Terrible dispersion. Come on, give me a Citadel. Oh, 10,000 damage. We'll take it. Very, very close game, ladies and gents. It's only about a 100-point difference here. Unless we can get this guy out and finally take the cap. There he goes. He finally goes down. 3 kills, 275,000 damage. We are tanking over 2 million damage. And let's see, we got 2 more Schlieffens coming in for the action here. We're going to heal back our damage, and let's see if we can survive another onslaught. And look at that, 10,000 damage right into his superstructure. If you can connect all those 4 of those shells right into the body of the ship, man, oh man, are they powerful. All right, let's see, let's focus on which Schlieffen do we want to take. Probably the low health one. Always get the low health guy off first. We also have 2 Schlieffens working on our side, as well as 2 Napolis and 2 Schlieffens. I'm surprised this wasn't a blowout match, but with the amount of secondary firepower we have, I mean, Napolis and Schlieffens working together, holy crap, that is incredible. Oregon is on our left here, and he'll probably come in and take the center cap. But we can dislodge these 3 Schlieffens, I have to say. 3 Schlieffens pushing in. The only downside with the Schlieffen is it only starts with 76,000 health, so you're not getting the full capabilities of the full health. Like if you get a GK like we had in the last video, or a Shikishima with 97,000 hit points, yeah, 100,000 hit point ships really outmatch these 70,000 ones. These second is rocking and rolling right there. Gun crews are working overtime today. There's a nice back turret shot right there, and nothing. We get a ricochet. These guns still ricochet, even though they're huge. Okay, this might be the end of him right here. Yes, indeed. Those guns connect. Take out the Schlieffen. All right, working on the next Schlieffen right there. with Napoli in tow. Very, very close game, ladies and gents. We might have to really plow into this cap and just secure the area. Otherwise, we will not be able to take. I think they're winning on points. Okay, who's a juicier target? Okay, looks like Napoli will be the victim right here. Hopefully we get a nice dispersion shot. Come on, baby. There it is. Citadel shot, blasting him and deleting him off the map. And now we've got a Montana coming in. If that my buddies can take out that Schlieffen right there, that will help us out a lot. Okay, there we go. Nice. Oregon takes out the Schlieffen that was capping, and now we got to eliminate this Montana. Ooh, still nice damage. We'll take it. Montana absolutely is getting broadsided by the Schlieffen. Unfortunately, Montana blaps our Schlieffen out, and he gets some torpedo hits. That actually helped out, taking out some damage. So maybe we can have to mop this guy up with our big caliber 510 millimeter guns. Man, we are taking secondaries galore now. Everybody's firing at us now. We are the prime suspect with the amount of health we have. Still surviving, though. We are still tanking 2.4 million damage, and we get a nice shot on the Montana right there. Meanwhile, we are taking secondary hits from the Schlieffen and potentially Libertad right here. Oh, man, here we actually lasted the entire game. Full 12 minutes, ladies and gents. Who's going to win this match? And we win based on points. The points were reversed. Sometimes I forget about that. But man, oh man, can this thing tank like a champ. And it is still fun. I'm telling you, Shikishima, check it out if you like it. The secondaries are really the bread and butter of this thing if you can get them working. And man, oh man, can this thing take some fire. Number one in the team there, taking all the damage right there. And those secondaries, look at that, 125,000 secondaries with 32,000 in fires. And those guns, holy crap. Only the front two turrets were really working their ass off right there. Full 12 minutes, we tanked 2.7. And that is how the cookie crumbles there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping by. If you see value what we're doing here, smash those buttons. And until next time, if you see me out there, make sure you say hello. Build, it'll be after the video here. Cheers.
Steel, I charge the line. Bourgogne strikes like aged French wine. Guns roar loud through smoke and flame. I push ahead, I want that